Hello, and welcome to today's guided tour of Canva. I am Ina. I own Biscotti Digital, a small creative agency based in Glasgow, helping local businesses tell their story digitally in a compelling way. I specialize in creating online campaigns and strategically designed content in line with clients' brands, goals, and target audiences. Today's Canva tour will take you through some of my favorite functions and features that make Canva a truly amazing tool for any content creator. I am using a Canva Pro subscription, so if you are on the free plan, some of the functionality might not be there. If you are creating weekly content for your social media, website, etc., I do recommend you upgrade. It's the best purchase you can make. It elevates your style and it offers tremendous value for money in terms of templates, stock photography, functionality. Anyway, without any further ado, let's start by taking a look at Canva's homepage. As soon as you log into your account, you will see a top menu here and a left-hand side menu over here. There's also a menu on the purple background and a very important button on the right-hand side called Create a Design. So with the Create a Design button, you can pick the right size for your artwork, so you never have to struggle again or Google what the best size is or what the latest size, optimized size for your next Facebook post is. Why is it important to choose the correct size? You can make sure you occupy all that prime real estate on your audience's feed, and your designs will look like they naturally belong where they are. And that makes a far better customer experience. No lines of text cropped, no awkward stretched images. But before we go into creating our first design, let us have a look at the rest of the menu options on your Canva homepage. The top menu guides you through the myriad of pre-built templates Canva offers for social media, for personal use, business presentations, logos, business cards, marketing materials, for education, and also some of the stuff that's currently trending. There are further features like stock photography, icons, animations, emojis. You also have the option to print products with the designs that you create straight from Canva. Further apps, further ways of exploring what Canva has to offer, and also some versions of Canva for download. I personally use the Canva for Mac. I also have downloaded the Canva app on my iPhone, but I don't really recommend it. I only keep it there for emergencies. The mobile version of Canva offers restrictive functionality, and it can be quite frustrating. So don't start your Canva journey off on a mobile app. The menu, at the same time, the menu on the left-hand side features a folder with all of your designs, which can also be seen further down the page here. Files that are shared with you, again, I think this is a pro function where you can have a team and collaborate on the same designs and pieces of artwork. The brand kit functionality I find absolutely paramount. It's extremely handy because you store here your logos, your fonts, your color schemes, and other branding elements you might to allow your branding to shine coherently in each and every piece of artwork that you create. So you never have to struggle to remember what are your exact fonts or color codes. This is extremely handy, and I will show you how it works in an actual piece of artwork. Another great tool in the left-hand side menu is the content planner. And this can come in handy and you can plan content ahead for up to a week. And I think you can actually link your social channels to the planner to schedule your content directly. In all honesty, I don't really use this since I run multiple client accounts, but I think it might work well for just one business with options like Facebook page, Twitter, Facebook group, Pinterest, LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn page, Slack, and Tumblr. It looks like Canva is not offering a direct link to Instagram, so you might still need to do that separately. You can also create a team and share your designs. This is a great collaborative feature. So if you want to send your artwork to a colleague, they can simply click on the link you send or get an email through this feature here. And then you can edit it, they can edit it, add elements. It is the most straightforward way of working in teams, especially as we now work remotely. But let us start on our first design now. We will use as an example the branding elements I have created for a lovely client of mine called the Puppy Guru. We're going to create a series of 3 designs that can be used together or separately for a Facebook and Instagram campaign. You have probably seen in the news how puppies are currently all the rage, so we'll just pretend that my client wants to create some content around frequently asked questions from new puppy owners. This will tie in well with what the company does, which is dog training and puppy classes. I will choose the correct size for my design. Now I want to create an animated social media graphic. So I'm just going to look for the right template to do that. And here we are. This opens a new window. Now I'm going to browse through the templates for a bit of inspiration. While that's loading, I'm just trying to find something. I think my style would be described as minimal. Some of the layouts and templates are becoming a bit overloaded, and I want something that is simple and seamless and relates a story without too much faff. So here we go. Something that I think will work well once I completely personalize it with the brand. So I really like this. It offers opportunity for some imagery. And I'm just going to go with a puppy video. And this is a puppy snoozing that I have found. You simply in the video section of my Canva screen here. Now you noticed how I dragged and dropped the video. However, it snapped into place in a bit of an awkward, I see too much of the floor and too little of the puppy. So I double click on it and put it exactly where I want it. This looks better. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to customize the colors. First, the background. And because I've filled in my branding kit, I have all the colors that I use for Puppy Guru right here, so I don't have to look for a code or anything. I will simply click on that, and all of a sudden, we have something that's starting to resemble. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add further elements, further branding elements. More precisely, I'm going to bring a grid. Now, don't worry about this. It's snapped into place, but I can really customize it and narrow it down to exactly what I want. So there looks like there's a panel behind our video, a white panel. I don't like that, so I'm just going to remove it and put the puppy back. And then I'm going to drag this grid just behind my video. And I'm going to turn each of the panels in one of Puppy Guru's colors. Now, I don't like the fact that I see some spacing in between my grids. So I'm just going to go to spacing and remove that by turning grid spacing to 0. Now, I have something that I'm starting to enjoy. For the sake of symmetry, I'm just going to duplicate my panel, turn it around for a bit of dynamic, and place it underneath my video. Now the position is wrong, so I'm going to send it backward, and I'm going to try to make it symmetrical to the one up. Then I'm going to look at the font. Now I know from my branding kit that the headline font that I use for Puppy Guru is Allegria. So I'm just going to look into the fonts, select the correct font, select the right color, again from the Puppy Guru set of tools, and now add the correct text, which is your puppy getting enough sleep? Question mark. I'm going to center it, and these lines really help you guide and make sure that your design is balanced. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of copy here just to encourage a call to action, just to give this piece of artwork some dimension, like what do we want people to do? So what I'm going to say is dog training and puppy classes at, now don't worry, this all looks weird, but I can stretch the text again, since my aligning is center. I'm going to use that. Then I'm going to change the fonts to something from the Puppy Guru brand kit. The text font for Puppy Guru is Railway. I'm just going to look for that. Then I'm going to turn it from uppercase into lowercase. Then I'm going to keep the alignment central, but I'm going to work at spacing. As you can see, the spacing between letters is a bit too big for my liking. So I'm just going to decrease that to something that resembles more the usual Puppy Guru fonts. So let's give it a try here, around 500. Then I'm going to add the Puppy Guru website. So even if, let's say this piece of artwork goes viral, people will know where it came from and who the company who started it is. Now, call me a bit manic, but I like to go with exact, precise measures for my fonts, usually multiples of 8s. This still doesn't look exactly how I would like it, but we're finally, I think, getting somewhere. So with all the elements in place, what this piece of artwork is missing is the logo. So I'm just going to drag and drop the logo from my files. Again, on the left hand side, you will have a folder with all sorts of, all your assets, including logos. So I'm just going to drag and drop the Puppy Guru logo. I'm going to remove parts of it because it's a bit too big. I'm going to drag and resize it because I don't want it to obliterate the rest of my message. We can now have a look at the hierarchy of elements. So I would say probably the logo needs to go on top of the page, and then remove the elements around a little bit just to see what works best. Always making sure that the alignment is right. Now I find that the video is could occupy a bit more space, so I'm just going to drag it into place. Make sure that the puppy is the main character of the video. We can give it a try, see how it goes. Oh, isn't that just the loveliest? Now there are a few elements that I'm not happy with. I'm going to change the color of this font so it looks more like Puppy Guru. I'm going to change the color of this font, make it a bit bold, change the size, change the spacing, to make it fit into one line. I'm also going to ungroup these two elements, the background box and the text here, so I can move them independently. I'm going to remove the box. It just seems superfluous to me. Make sure the link matches the rest. I can also group these elements together so I can move them without losing their alignment. Now we need to look at the composition again. So now here we are. We have 3 different designs within the same aesthetic, with the same colors, using the same fonts, the same kind of family of images, although each of them presents a bit of a surprising element. Now, another thing we can add, another layer of design we can add, is animation. And this is something, again, you can do with your Pro, with your Canva Pro subscription. You simply go here and choose the type of animation that you would like. And this is really simple. I actually liked the first one. You can change the animation for each slide separately to, again, present a level of variety. You can also change your timing. So the preset timing is at 5 seconds, but you can go lower than that if you feel like 5 seconds is dragging a bit. And as we know, people are really strapped for time, and they're not going to be patient on social media. This one, again, has the same type of animation. We can choose a different one. We can change the timing so that when we're ready to download, we download as an MP4 video. We select each page individually to download, or we can download them all as one big video, depending on what you prefer. You can also download them as PNG or JPEG, PDF for print, although this would be an unusual size for print. But one last thing that I want to add is, since these are social media animations, we can search for more animations. And I have a few prepared here. Now be ready to spend a bit of time just searching elements that might fit with your style. So I found these cute Z's that I think work well with my first design, and I'm just going to use them in 3s and just give them a different tilt to make them a bit playful. We can find a good place for them, but this is just something that you can add as an extra layer of fun. And this works well because some of these illustrations are in Puppy Guru's logo, but also on their website. And I really like this one. It's orientated in the wrong direction, so I'm just going to flip it, and I'm going to make it smaller. And I'm just going to place it here to look like it's pushing the ball to the puppy in the image. Just something quirky that you can do. Just something that displays what Canva can do, really. Other interesting things you can do, you can crop your video. For instance, this one is 9.7 seconds, but you can make it 5, or just crop the bit of the video that seems right to you. Next, you can add filters to your images or effects. One of the effects that I absolutely love and adore is the background remover. Now I'm going to use this for this image, but it might look too harsh, so it might not work for us. But what it does is it erases the background of the image and leaves us with a transparent background. This is exceptionally useful when you want to clear up a logo, to have it on a transparent. See, this looks badly cropped here, so I don't really like this. But it's just something that you can do with illustrations or logo should you need it. Other things you can do with photos is add filters or adjust. One of the things that I really enjoy is using a blurred version of the image, just to make the text pop, especially when I put text on top. So this is it. These are our 3 pieces of artwork that we've quickly created. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any question whatsoever about Canva, graphic design, or digital content, just send me a line at ina@biscottidigital.co.uk. Bye! Do the elements that we have in the picture look balanced and pleasing to the eye? I think we could get away with enlarging our video a little bit. And there we go. This is our first, and we're going to create 2 more. Now the second one is going to be a vertical alignment instead of this horizontal alignment, again just to give it a bit of dynamic and flow. And I'm just going to create it from scratch because now I have all the elements in place. Now the easiest thing to do is actually to duplicate the design we already have. I'm simply going to remove the elements that I don't like. I'm going to reframe this as a vertical, drag everything out of the way, move my branding elements, which are these dynamic colorful lines, to frame my featured image or video. I'm not exactly sure yet. My client has briefed me on some of the breeds that she enjoys, so I'm just going to go for something that I know she likes. So I've aligned the elements just a little bit. It saves time. I will be honest with you, graphic design is something that requires quite a bit of patience, and you being meticulous and willing to take the time to really make sure that all the elements align. One of the things that I like to do is I like to use the zoom on the lower right. Sometimes I will go even 200% to make sure that all my elements are aligned properly. I will then go to 50% just to make sure that even on a small screen, or even 25%, to make sure that even on a small screen, my text is legible and visible and clear enough. So I'll go back to just 75% because I want to have a good view. Now I found this puppy image, which I think is just lovely, and I'm going to frame the puppy here. It matches the the message, is your puppy eating enough? So we already have two pieces of artwork with regards to puppies, things that my client can use to match with advice, a blog post, a paid campaign, to gather people for her puppy classes or upcoming training slots. Now, the last piece of artwork is going to be about playtime. So I'm going to use something a bit playful. I'm going to use this grid and create a puzzle out of a dog image. Now, again, I found this very playful, very cute dog that kind of looks the same as the previous one we've used. And I think this is really important for our linear feeling throughout. I'm going to make it bigger so that the paw fits into one of the frames down here. I'm going to drag and drop the same image until it overlaps my other one. Again, as I mentioned, this is about being meticulous and paying attention. I want to make it just a little bit bigger. There we go. Do you see how this is creating a playful style? There is continuity, but there's also some playfulness there. I like this. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag all the elements from my other design. I will simply duplicate the copy, duplicate the rest of the text, and simply drag it to my new canvas.